Hello, and how you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy. And I just came on real quick to give y'all a little shout out. Look, some. Little pipe high tea, little pipe high tea. Now let me just say this. Are you ready? This is reality with DVD. And I'm about to tell y'all something. As right in the voice says, can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about some things. Boy, well, it has been brought to my attention that the people down to the hour are up to the set. They don't want to let it go. Am I correct? Let me just say this, okay? I love basketball. I do. All right. But I have never been a fan of college basketball, especially the men. Now, verily, I will watch the ladies play, right? So I got back off up and into it when the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark controversy came about in the first place. So here I go. I was back off up in the ladies college basketball, right? So the only thing I know about last year's controversy was that Angel and Caitlin were battling it out, right? Duking it out in a championship game. So I remember the whole throwing up the ring thing, right? And it all came full circle today. And I just found out today that it was Caitlin who had been waving off Raven. We won't talk about Raven in a minute. Ooh, Miss Raven. We're going to talk about her in a minute. Then we're going to talk about Dawn. I got something to say about Dawn. We're going to get to it. So, I'm giving you a little history about me loving basketball. So with controversy, it came a race issue, right? It was going to always be a race issue because, and this is what I don't understand about Caucasoid people in this country, is that they do favoritism for people who already have a leg up, I would say, or the advantages, okay? We can compare what's been happening in ladies basketball. We've been told that we were some nappy-headed hoes, okay? And this is a lot of times what African Americans in America do. We tend to take on each other's issue, whatever that issue is, because we have a tendency to not stick together. And that's always broadcast how we don't stick together. But we got to think about the times that we do stick together. George Floyd, for example, Black Lives Matter. And we got to think about this time with us sticking together. Now, Dawn Staley is a Black woman who coaches college basketball, right? And Caitlin Clark has been named the GOAT, right? When there have been many Black GOATs unnamed, okay? From my day, Cheryl Swoops, Cheryl Miller. Now, for me, of all time, Lynette Wood. For me, of all time, if we go to all time, Dawn would be up there too for me. Because I remember Dawn when she played for Virginia. So I've always been a fan of Dawn Staley. And as far as Caitlin goes, what the Caucasoid community who follows her and the Alwins don't understand is that when you have, they're calling her the Larry Bird of ladies basketball, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something about Larry Bird. You have to know Larry Bird's style of play in order to say that she's the Larry Bird of ladies basketball. I think you're kind of overselling it, right? I've never seen Angel Reese play. I only seen highlights. Sorry. I mean, I've never seen a whole game before. But Sunday, I watched Caitlin versus a whole team of freshmen. She's a senior. And this is our Hawkeyes versus South Carolina Gamecocks. So, okay, right there, I have a little affection for the Gamecocks, because of Dawn. I've already named that, right? Because of the situation that happened with Angel. And because of, them being a great team. And then, I had heard earlier this year they played my school, which is even the worst school in the SEC would be a SWAC school primarily. We just thinking the way it is, the reality of things, not because we have predominantly black teams. It's just that the best and the brightest of the black athletes no longer attend SWAC schools. That just is what it is. Now, had we had that stacked team and an Angel Reese playing for Flagey, playing for Jackson State, then that would be a different story. They have more recruitment money as well. That's neither here nor there. I said all that to say, the team that Dawn assembled was primarily black. I believe even the Brazilian is a black Latino, I guess. I wouldn't say Latino, because they speak Portuguese in Brazil, so I can't call her, I'll say a black Brazilian. Put it that way. We'll just put that out there. I believe, okay? And so here we go. Now we could clearly see this game, in my opinion, was skewed in Caitlin's favor. First quarter, she fouled a couple of times. Offensive fouls, defensive fouls, fouling. Okay? Nothing. Whole first quarter. Now, she was scoring on them, doing what she does best, which is score. And I'm going by Caucasian newscasters and commentators, right? Calling her the greatest of all time. And then here's where the race issue come in. But mind you, they're saying it's the black Americans who's made the game about race, because all Caitlin did was come out and play the game. I have seen several clips of this young lady talking shit, talking smack, waving her hand off, chunking up deuce. Now, here's the thing about Larry Bird. Now, they say Larry Bird low-key used to talk smack too. And that is a part of the game. So why is it? It's just like with the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I made that comparison the other day. Why is it when we do it, it's a problem? But when they do it, it's ladylike sportsman conduct. Huh? She waved off Raven last year, and then when Raven got her back, ooh, here come the news. She was just letting you know that it won't be a repeat. In that entire game, with all those fouls that should have been called on Caitlin, Caitlin had one foul, and that was in the fourth quarter when she was defending them off when they were getting their asses tore out the frame. See, here's the difference between Caitlin. If you're going to make her great like Larry Bird, then make her an athlete like Larry Bird. See, there's the difference. She can shoot, she can dribble, but she don't think. I'm not a coach, and I can see that, right? And Raven admitted that she had studied her game. Dribble left, dribble right, she could do it all, right? But when you have the right person studying your game, then you have to step up your game and get your team involved. That's how you play good basketball. And also because I was a better defensive player than I was a shooter. I could shoot. But because I was a better defensive player and coaches used to brag on my defense, I realized one thing when they used to tell me all the time, which was true. Defense wins games. Offense sells tickets. If no coach has ever told you that if you play any type of sport, then you need to look at the ticket sales and then you look at Raven's game from the other day. I'm just going by what I saw the other day. Her style of play from the other day. She shook Caitlin's nerves, right? She's playing offensive basketball, but the whole game, Raven had a defensive mindset. And you see how that game turned out. Everybody said, but she dropped 30 points on her, though. What the hell does that matter? Did she win with those 30 points? And my example, and my prime example against Larry Bird, who Larry Bird could shoot, but he also was a thinker. Go back and look at any film with Larry Bird's style of play, and you will see that he always got his team involved. Yes, Caitlin does do assists. I saw some of those, but she's still a selfish player. When I see somebody drop 30 points and your teammates only have 5 or 6 each, I see selfishness. And I always give the example, and I can forever give the example of me sitting there as a small child watching Michael Jordan play against the Boston Celtics in the late 80s. And I saw that in Caitlin. She played selfishly. And after that game, where Michael Jordan dropped 60-some points and they still got their asses tore out the frame by Larry Bird and his team, you knew then that unselfish basketball is what wins the game. No matter how many points your leader drops. If you play unselfish basketball, you have a better chance of winning the game. You have to get your team involved. Hey, Scottie Pippen. Usher in Scottie Pippen. Like people are letting Michael Jordan know, you were dropping 60, 70 points. 50, well, I don't think you ever dropped 70. I'm just saying 50 to 60 points prior to you getting Scottie Pippen involved. But I'll say it and I'll always say it. There's no Michael without Scottie. There's no Michael without Craig Hodges. No Michael without Steve Kerr, Paxson, B.J. Armstrong. They played, once Michael Jordan got out of that selfish mindset of play and started getting his team involved and became a leader like Larry Bird, like Magic Johnson, like Isaiah Thomas, even though I didn't like Isaiah Thomas, but like Isaiah Thomas, they began to beat all those teams that were whooping their asses when he was playing selfish basketball. Right? Nobody that was going for an hour wants to see that. But I'm telling you from a former basketball player's point of view, what I'm seeing in Caitlin. And everybody's telling her she's in for a rude awakening in the WNBA. And they don't, the fans of Iowa and others who support her don't even want to see that. We're seeing on the internet a very huge divide amongst people who's supposed to be enjoying the game of basketball. But nobody can let it go that Raven shut her down. Those are facts. She shut her down at the bottom of the third and the top of the fourth. And from then on. Shut her all the way down. And this is another thing about an offensive player who only plays offense. they get rattled under pressure. So, the news has come out that the great speech that Don stated at the end of the game, like we can honestly say that Caitlin is great, one of the greatest basketball players to ever do it. And she brought eyes to ladies basketball, and that has never been done before. And she said thank you. In the press, our fans, our fan pages, nothing is satisfying them. That was the most gracious moment that any coach could give a team that beat them in the Final Four last year. To me, she didn't have to say shit, in my opinion. Being that she's one of the greats, being that she has gold medals, being that she has championships, she didn't have to tell her nothing. They've taken all her glory away because she made the statement too late. She was talking mess about her during the regular season. Now she want to... What is going to be enough? When is it going to be enough that this black coach has gone ahead and given her credit? Giving her credit what credit is due. Didn't say what I'm saying to you right now, that she plays selfish basketball. And everybody's like, oh, well, she has assists. She had more points than assists. To me, great players are all around, like Magic Johnson. When he had assists, he would have 20, 30 assists, 40 points, triples, doubles. You see what I'm saying? She rarely have those. She can rebound, but not against a player like Cardoso. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And then they was like, oh, they were supposed to win. Caitlin didn't have any backup. I mean, she played a stacked team. She played her starters the whole time. No, she didn't. They coming up with every excuse in the book not to give these Gamecocks their credit because this is a predominantly black team. And that is what it is. You can't deny that. Greatness is greatness, no matter if it's an all-black team or an all-white team. It was okay when it was the all-white girls playing with one single black girl on the team. Nobody was saying anything. Couldn't say that they cheated like they did against UConn. Raven is my girl, okay? And I'm just going to say that because, like I said, she shut it down. And I was like, everybody giving Dawn and Cardoso the glory. I said, here go my person right here, Miss Ray. And what they have done to Angel Reese is despicable, right? Everybody's talking about her bad attitude. I don't know a center that plays basketball who has a great attitude. I'm just saying. I don't. My best friend is a center. Because they getting beat up down in the paint. You can't be nice playing, in the paint. Not to me. You got to have some kind of strong, aggressive spirit, in my opinion, to take those types of hits. But no. It's the black girls with attitude. As many times as I've seen, and back to the clip that I've seen with this girl talking hella shit, and then somebody talks it back to her, she's gracious, but the person that talks it back to her is aggressive and lacks humility. The number of times that Caitlin has come out and told her fans that that's a part of the game, they still won't let it go. Foolishness. Straight up foolishness. But anyway, again, congratulations to Dawn Staley and her Gamecocks. And I got some more tea for you. Move right along. I only had 2 pieces of tea, but baby, that got up in my crawl space about that basketball game. Foolishness. But oh, Ayoki and oh boy. Bag of balls has left the building. Ayoki Lee's 65-year-old boyfriend could not handle the press, could he? And he knew he would look like an old ass predator out here in these streets dating that baby. According to TMZ, Ayoki Lee Simmons has already called it quits with her much older 65-year-old baggy boyfriend. The exact reason for the split remains unclear, but we're told Ayoki isn't planning on dating the restaurateur Ventura Asaf beyond the time that they've already spent together in St. Bart's, where they were canoodling for the past several days. It was a 5-day romance. While we know that Russell, the other predator, her father, was in support of this relationship, the fact remains that the two have gone their separate ways. Well, let me just say this. And that 5-day excursion to me is reminding me of either ex-African, even though she was of age, or it's reminding me of grooming, even though she was of age. And it's also reminding me of prostitution, because I bet she got a nice little check for hanging out with old baggy balls down to the St. Bart's. He probably broke off. Girl, let me break off this little $2 million right here. I ain't your boyfriend, okay? I'm a John, and I don't mean a dear John. I'm a dirty John. But with all this press that's coming behind me dating your little young tail, I got to go. I'm throwing up the deuces. And so am I. With that being said, again, Ayoki Lee has chunked the deuce. Congratulations to the South Carolina Gamecocks. And by the way, that best friend of mine who plays up under that goal and gets beat up like Miss Cardosa is from South Carolina. And with that being said, as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video giving you the piping hot tea. And with that, I'm going to close.